Since reintroducing the Ford Bronco to the world again in 2021, Ford has managed to make compact SUVs pretty cool instead of just easy to park, fuel-sipping grocery getters. With fans of the Bronco lauding the SUV's ability to do more than average when headed to the trails, there are rumblings that Ford is planning to make the next Bronco better. Although Ford made some minor updates to the exterior and interior of the Bronco, you should keep watching, because we anticipate that the 2025 Ford Bronco will shock the car industry with updates that make the Bronco worth waiting for. Electrified Bronco. The Blue Oval Company has been gradually introducing electric motors to make their SUVs and trucks electrified in the effort to appeal to government fuel standards and make next-generation vehicles. While Ford does offer a couple of electrified SUVs, including the Mach-E, the 2024 Ford Bronco may be the next on the list to at least offer a hybrid powertrain. We aren't certain yet whether the Bronco would go full electric or offer a mix of battery power in addition to a powerful gasoline engine, but we do know that the Bronco stands to benefit from at least a hybrid. Let's face it, the 2024 Ford Bronco's 20 miles per gallon in the city and 27 on the highway isn't all that great, and hybrid or full electric motor would make more buyers who commute, especially near a city, take a closer look at the Bronco as an opportunity to have a handsome, rugged SUV that helps them pass the pump too. Ford does have plenty of research done on electric powertrains, and we would expect a hybrid Bronco to have at least a 30-mile range on battery alone. When introducing a hybrid vehicle, Ford historically adds electrification to an EcoBoost engine to better round out fuel standards, and because the electric add-on is not likely on the higher-end models and trims like the Raptor. Either way, we really look forward to seeing Ford's tough SUV have a battery-powered option. Road noise. The 2025 Ford Bronco could use a little help improving over previous years. Drivers enjoy the boxy and rugged design, but the lines in the vehicle also add an unexpected and somewhat unwelcome problem for some drivers with loud road and wind noise. Many drivers have stated that even with standard tires, the road noise above 55 miles per hour is a bit much. The exterior design does contribute to how well the Bronco brushes off wind, but we think that the 2025 Ford Bronco could use some better interior padding and maybe a more wind-friendly soft top that makes it so you can have a regular conversation while traveling at high speed on your way to work or to a vacation. Style. No one would argue much if Ford maintained the same design language with a retro design. Sure, the Bronco is a bit boxy with rounded headlights, but we like it like that. The 2025 Ford Bronco could be in line for an exterior refresh. While Ford is being tight-lipped about any exciting changes coming to the new Bronco, we can tell you that we'd like to see more contoured door and side panels, which draw the eye somewhere versus the flat, kind of boring sheet metal presentation the Bronco offers now. While we do like the current circular headlights, we could also see the 2025 Ford Bronco being paired with square headlights, just to add to an expected overall refresh. Towing. We don't get to talk about the towing capacity of a compact off-road SUV, so pardon us while we get a bit excited that the 2025 Ford Bronco will be able to tow up to 4,500 pounds, with most trims able to tackle 3,500. Most makes and models of the same size aren't meant for towing much of anything with capacities of 1,500 pounds. What does this mean? Well, if you want to bring a big toy with you, you'll be able to. Bear in mind, full-size boats and trailers will require a full-size truck. The ability to tow, well, anything, is great for the Bronco and makes it far more capable of bringing your ATV, snowmobile, or whatever tools you need to work on the cabin. Interior. We'll be honest that the 2024 Ford Bronco has an interior that matches the retro exterior, but otherwise, it doesn't really stand out too much. The primary issue that drivers face with the 2024 Bronco comes from relatively cheap interior materials that are easily scratched, which isn't great when matched with people who tend to bring tools and other rough elements into the vehicle. We hope that Ford upgrades the 2025 Bronco a bit and adds softer materials to places like the center console and dashboard. You should also expect the 2025 Ford Bronco to have the standard 12-inch infotainment screen, which is actually a good size for the vehicle and isn't too big or too small. Bronco users don't tend to need the ultra-wide screens installed in some models, so we hope this doesn't change year to year. Technology. The 2025 Ford Bronco will almost certainly feature Ford's Sync software within the infotainment system, which we are just fine with, as it makes pairing your smartphone easy for the purpose of taking phone calls and music on the road. Of course, the Bronco will also use the now very common Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, which continue to make phone and navigation use on the road safe and easy. One potential change coming to the 2025 model includes having the large digital instrument panel available on all trims, instead of reserving the eye-catching clusters for higher-end trims. Ford also has the opportunity now to improve their clusters, as some have said that they get washed out in direct sunlight. You'll find some outstanding safety features in the 2025 Ford Bronco, including a 360-degree surround camera, which is great for backing out instead of tilting your head around so much. For people who really get into their music, you'll be able to get a 10-speaker Bang & Olufsen speaker set that sounds better than the stock stereo, which isn't terrible in itself. The good news is that the technology in the 2025 Ford Bronco is already good and just generally easy to use. Of course, you can add on that speaker system, but otherwise, you shouldn't have to worry about the screen taking up too much real estate or anything else like that. Easy does it. Bronco Raptor. Ford loves to upgrade their trucks and SUVs with various special editions intended to make a vehicle like the 2025 Ford Bronco more adept in the dirt or sand. Ford made this Raptor edition special with a 418 horsepower twin-turbo 6-cylinder engine and a Fox suspension, along with 37-inch all-terrain tires that make the Bronco Raptor stand tall while delivering serious off-road performance. Keeping the Bronco Raptor safe from the underside will be protective skid plates to keep rocks, trees, and whatever else you decide to drive over with your Bronco Raptor from damaging the vehicle. Even with all these upgrades, the 2025 Bronco Raptor is still expected to deliver the cushy suspension your family wants when headed to soccer practice or the school pickup line while treating a trip through unpaved parts of the woods the same. Sounds like fun to us. An engine capable of 60 miles per hour in 5.6 seconds sounds even better. So many trims. Ford has done an exceptional job of making a Bronco for nearly everyone. Without going into a huge amount of detail per trim level, the 2025 Ford Bronco will offer 9 trim levels, and they don't have boring names like LT and LTZ. Instead, try Big Ben, Black Diamond, Heritage Edition, Outer Backs, Badlands, Everglades, Wild Track, Heritage Limited Edition, and of course, Bronco Raptor. That's a lot of trims. To drop just a few more details, the Badlands trim will have a Baja Goat mode for high-speed driving on sand, along with rock rails and a Haas suspension. The Everglades edition includes a heavier-duty front bumper along with a worn winch kit to pull you out of trouble if needed, as well as an intake snorkel in case you find your vehicle's front end in the water. Not all the Bronco's trims are made exclusively for extreme off-roading, though as the Heritage Limited offers serious safety features like adaptive cruise control, leather plaid seats, the Bang & Olufsen audio system, and more without adding on too much suspension equipment. Few manufacturers and even fewer small SUVs give you the options to make your vehicle just right like Ford does with the 2025 Ford Bronco. Pricing. We hope that Ford makes the 2025 Ford Bronco start at the same price as previous years, as we would welcome a starting MSRP of around $40,000. Of course, the 2025 Ford Bronco could legitimately climb north of $90,000 with a fully loaded Bronco Raptor. Given the capabilities of the 2025 Ford Bronco, especially against far more boring competitors that can't go off-road or tow like the Bronco can, we think that Ford isn't asking too much.